I'll start off. I'm Check for Traps in the channel. I'm playing the Seeker, a dwarven cleric monk who was orphaned at a young age and is now kind of naive about the world. Then he's traveling out trying to figure out what to do, and he's kind of tagged along with this other monk who bears no resemblance to anything he's ever seen before. And we're going to go on an adventure. Looking forward to it.
My name is Grat Ladong. I am a monk and a bard. I am a monk of the bell, and I ring my bells mightily wherever I go. And in the channel I'm usually Crazy Ass Gaming. I think that's all.
Hi, I'm Tiny Azora in channel, and here I'm Longtooth. I'm a barbarian from the wilds of Brevoy. After living a life, so he's not he's not a young man, he's an older man that had a god come and visit him, bring him a tale of his fortune or his future, and so gave him a cryptic word. So he went on some travels. He's went into Gralton, where he came across what he thinks is the start of his fortune, or his the start of the
cryptic as ever.
Yeah.
I am Zuvia in chat. I am playing the character Fail. It's an elf rogue fighter. She got the name because her father tried to teach her to, or train her to be an assassin. He called her a failure, so she took the name and killed him.
I like it.
Alright, Wee Willie here. I'm playing the gorgeous, beautiful half-elf by the name of Pride Firmwood. I am a cleric of Calistria. Well, a failed cleric. I've yet to take the mantle, as it were. And, I have a bit of sorcery in the blood. Grandpappy or Grandmammy may have dabbled in the arcane arts, but I've been hanging around this town here, hiring out myself to whatever paid the most money. I'm a bit of a healer, as it were, and I've chanced across this gaggle of morons, and then we're trouncing about the countryside, trying to strike a blow for justice, as it were.
A gaggle of morons. I like that. I haven't heard that. I'm looking forward to it.
That's what they're collectively known as, a gaggle.
No, a collective of morons is known as a party.
Right. Indeed. I stand corrected.
All right.
No, it's called Congress.
Oh. How true can that be? Oh. So we are in the River Kingdoms in the Inner Sea. You guys had all started in Gralton. We had, originally started with another map, but I felt that I wanted to move to the Pathfinder Inner Sea. You guys were starting in the town of Gralton, which the River Kingdoms is basically a lawless and capitalist, basically region of the Inner Sea. It's really the only region area in the whole entire Inner Sea that is basically lawless, and there, a lot of the other places such as Daggermart, Seven Arches, a lot of these areas are under strict rule, but Gralton is probably one of the most governed areas. You guys had all been there for a couple months. You'd all met up. And you traveled. There was actually some word for some possible adventure down to the south, and it was Pride is actually one of his I guess one of his creditors is calling in a debt. So Pride has asked all of you to join. You have traveled south down the Selin River, and you have basically traveled 2 weeks. With Fail on her new ship that she acquired. I'm crunching my thumbs there. She acquired back in Gralton. And you guys would have made it there a lot easier and a lot faster only if you all had some type of seafaring knowledge. But unfortunately, Fail put up with it because you were the only crew that she had, even though she wanted to probably kill each and every one of you. But you did, nonetheless, make it down to the very, very, very southern tip of the River Kingdoms. You guys are just now getting off of the boat, and you have about, I would say, about 3 to 4 miles to travel to the small hamlet or village, which is called Krisen, or Krisen, however you want to say it. I'm not picky. So, you guys are disembarking from the boat. You guys want to, you guys have the floor. You guys have been on the river, and you guys have stopped and done some hunting and whatnot to have some provisions instead of just eating rations the entire time. But you guys are on the very southern tip of the River Kingdom. And if you threw a rock, you could go into Galt or Kyanan or any of the other regions down to the south.
Does it look any different than
Looks
what
the
we've already
same.
traveled? Do we like that open bay there?
It's like a large. I would say it's probably about the size of one of the Great Lakes. But just speaking facetiously, you guys are so close to the other borders. You could throw a stone. Technically, you can't. But I was just kind of giving it that type of.
Right.
As of how close you guys are on the southern edge of the River Kingdoms, which you guys are actually as far as you can go, basically.
What time of day is it getting to be nowadays?
What time of day is it, Pride? What time of day is it? You tell me what time.
It looks like I can see Venus rising on the horizon, so I assume nightfall will be upon us in no time.
Okay, sure. The nighttime it is. You guys want to stow the boat? You probably would have an easier time, during the night. You know that there are some marsh areas around this, this place. Pride, you've been here. Well, you haven't. You've traveled through this area, yeah, but I don't know if you've been to the hamlet yet. Because I believe it was Urton Crux is the one that has summoned
Urton.
you, your dwarven friend.
My dear dwarven friend.
Yes.
Urton, yes.
So you guys are basically, on the tip of the coast. I was waiting for Vay just to say just the tip, and you guys can go ahead and do what you want.
I'm going to get out of the boat. Grat does not feel well at all, and is going to empty his stomach and the nearest piece of ground he can find.
Hold on
Anything.
a bit. Stow the hatches, you fools.
He's a bit greener than usual, Cap.
I'm pink with seasickness. I
Very
can't
well,
stand
head
this
off the
boat.
boat. I'll take care of your tasks and take it out of your pay.
Seasickness
I'm
on a
gonna
river.
pay.
I love it.
Hang on. I'm a half-orc. We don't travel well.
What are we stowing again?
The boat. We're pulling it up and hiding it on the shoreline somewhere, I suppose.
Secure the hatches.
Why didn't you just say
I
that?
defer to the captain in all matters nautical, though.
They're using all that nautical
How shall we
terminology you're
conceal
not
this boat?
understanding, Longtooth. I love it.
Well, then he'll jump out and pull the boat by himself to wherever she wants it to go.
Oh my.
The Seeker's trying to be helpful, but he has no idea what a hatch is, but he dutifully tries to do something.
There you go.
I'm trying to find some dock leaves or something with broad leaves so I can wipe my mouth.
Oh yeah, you can find there's all kinds
don't
of
feel
shrubbery
well.
and brush around.
Brother
Yeah,
Grat, it's all that rich food you've eaten.
Yeah, what? River eels? I don't think they was particularly rich. I'm
Very
looking for a
decadent.
rabbit or something to wipe my mouth with.
River
So,
eels.
Dave, out of character, how far
Sure.
is this Singing Stones Inn from where we are?
The Sea and Stone Inn.
Turn these people on to.
You're probably about. I would say you're probably about 8 miles away. You're about anywhere between 6 8, which is actually a pretty nice travel, especially through this type of area. I mean, with all of the
Right.
tributaries going up throughout the River Kingdoms, some of this is, it's really fertile land, and some of it is kind of a little squishy, so it makes traveling a little bit more difficult. Especially in the area that you're at, because, you are literally on the very, southern tip of the River Kingdoms.
Right. Okay. As evening is coming upon us, friends, I think we need to find some lodgings for the evening, unless we intend to lay on this squalid earth here.
Come down below. Oh, how far is that?
What's that?
How far would that be?
You guys are saying this just as I walk out to the boats with my tent under my arm.
Okay.
With your what?
You've got a tent with you. Okay.
My tent.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
But
The
it's
ground's
good
always
enough.
been good enough for me. I don't mind sleeping on the ground. Don't
Well-
need to have no hoity-toity house to sleep in.
As I look towards, I don't know, really. I probably 7 or 8 miles at least. I don't know how much time we'll make before the moon rises upon us.
That
Do
is
any
quite
of
a
us know of the nearby town, Dave?
I don't think so. I think I would have to say probably just Pride would be the only one that actually knows a little bit about the history of the town.
Kristen, you say? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Kristen, yeah, Christ.
Does this town have a pier? Do we park our boat there?
It does not. It is inland. There are some
Well,
there
we
are
could
some
drag it all the
small
way.
there are some small ponds and lakes around the area where Chryson is. But no, there is no tributary from the Selin River that will actually take you to its doorstep, unfortunately. This is
Let's
pretty
not
much
worry
as
about
close
the boat.
as you're
We
going
only
to get.
borrowed it.
Well, you can hide it.
We only
You can
borrowed the
still hide
boat.
it.
Why don't we go and help these poor peasants? What is being oppressed by their lord? What Pride told us about.
Exactly,
Okay.
Brother Grat. Let's proceed on our journey, and
I
Pride
just-
can
the
tell us
time
about
of
this
day just,
horrible bandit king we're going to defeat.
About that, gentlemen. About that. I've been pulling my hair out, as it were, the whole trip, trying to figure out a way to broach this subject to you, but you were all so caught up in the moment. I hated to put a damper on your good-natured spirits. But as we were preparing to leave,
Pride, please.
hold on a moment. As we were leaving, somebody approached me, a messenger, and told me that my friend Urton down here has formed a band and single-handedly taken care of the bandit lord problem all by himself. So I don't want to dissuade us from going down here. I look upon it as a chance to get out of that dingy hole of Growlton. Or
Not sure
whatever.
where this is going. I place a hand on my sword hilt.
I look towards Vale and kind of grimace. They look back towards the rest. Yeah, but let's think of this as a bit of a vacation, fellows. The bandit lord problem has been solved before we even set sail, as it were. But I assure you, my friend Urton down here, he has the odd job or two. We
I
can
was
make our
on
living.
vacation.
It was a really nice town we was living in. I had a job. I had
It-
a nice little inn to
That
practice
squalid
my
inn,
bells.
Come on, Grat. Surely you were getting tired of breathing the same fetid air day in and day out. I think we've done our part up there. We've supplied the town with meats to last the winter long. We've done nearly every odd job that we could find in town. I feel it's time to let ourselves go a bit, you know? There's a hot springs up there. Why don't we indulge ourselves a spell? And if you'd like to work and help out the people, my friend Urton has more than enough things to occupy our time.
Well,
I
Grat,
understand if you're lonely. I get it. But why us?
Why, indeed, I look upon each and every one of you as my boon companions, tried and trusted friends, you know? I don't want to see you wither and die in that hole of ground. I want to
Grat.
expand your horizons.
Grat, think of it like this. You've played for those people in that inn for so long, you get a chance to bring your music to another flock.
I'll give you 3 days, and this boat's heading back.
Oh no, not the boat. Couldn't we just walk? Go on, just let us walk. But I do like the idea of playing my bells and helping out another bunch of poor people. What
Speaking
needs
of
help?
bells, you can walk if you like. In fact, I insist.
Oh, thank you. That was. You don't like the bells? The holy bells. You don't like them.
Painface, thank you
I'm
for the
sure
follow.
these new people down here haven't heard anything about ringing in the changes and so forth. You have a whole new audience available to you, Grant.
Right, that settles it then. Let's
But,
go
but
and find a town.
one more word. I would refrain from bringing up this past unpleasantness as much as I could. The people have endured enough. It would be like rubbing salt in their wounds if we were to bust in, talking about the recent bandit lord terrorizing the countryside. Let's just keep that, tone that down a bit, you know?
Well, surely the subject will come up, Pride, when we try to,
conversation, by all means discuss it with them. But
as
these
we
people are
rebuild the
simple.
town from all the damage incurred and the wastes that this bandit lord has laid to the countryside.
Right.
And we've obviously got to dig a few graves, which is quite normal.
All that's probably been taken care of by now, Grant. We'll see when we get there. Just.
Are we going to walk now, or are we going to get some sleep? Because I do not feel well. My tummy is doing flip-flops.
Well,
It is but a 2-hour march. It is.
Yeah, Kristen is about 2 hours or so from here, Grant. I think we can make it before dark overwhelms us.
Right? Better not disappoint.
Later, fail, later.
Point in the right direction. Don't insinuate.
Let us be off then. I will lead the way as best as I remember how to get there.
All right.
Come, brother Seeker. We shall find ourselves somewhere to get us a nice beer and some good food.
All right.
Surely,
Oh, wait,
my
you don't
friend
drink.
Hurton must be a great hero, though, Grant. Surely you could go along with that to rise up these simple folk to fight for freedom and so on.
Oh, we've risen them up for fighting for freedom for something else. That sounds right. That sounds righteous and proper.
Indeed. We shall have us a good time, I promise.
Dave, sorry.
Yes,
sorry,
Grat. No
Um,
problem. You're undisturbed.
sorry.
I'm enjoying this.
Is there such a thing as cigars in this world?
Sure, there are cigars if you
There are
want
tobacco,
cigars.
pipe weed.
There's tobacco,
Uh,
pipes, pipe weed, stuff like that. So sure, if you want a cigar, I'm sure we could do that. I have no problem with it. It's not
we could
a
always
it's not a
always
game
roll
breaking
on Fail's
mechanic.
leg.
You know what I mean? It's not a game breaking mechanic. So
But I'm going to allow a beard to start to grow just around about the
Sass,
sideburns
thank
of
you.
the chin, without the top lip.
I assume we're all a bit advanced with our beards, being on this boat, rocking hither and thither on the waves of the river. We didn't have a chance to shave in the past week or two. It took us.
I don't know what you're talking about. I started this journey with a beard.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
So did I.
visualizing this beard. Oh, you.
No, with my dexterity, I was able to keep a clean shave.
Right.
Every morning, he
The
has this
seeker has been
ritual
standing on the stone.
when he shaves. Yes.
I take that back. The elves aren't that hairy.
So what have you been doing, Seeker? You've been standing on the prow of the ship doing what now?
No,
mirror or
no,
nothing, right?
not standing, but in a meditative posture, and legs crossed, that sort of thing. And I've got the razor out, and shave the head, shave the beard every morning. I have to be clean shaven, and then I put like this blue chalk on my hand, and then right there on my head, and I've got so I'm walking around with a blue handprint.
Exactly.
That's the symbol of my god.
Rory,
so
yes,
that's
okay.
correct. That's correct.
I like it.
So no, I can't miss that ritual to shave off that beard. I have to be off. And of course, as a dwarf, this beard grows really fast. I've got like
Yeah.
a 5 o'clock shadow at 10 in the morning. So I sometimes have to freshen it up in the early afternoon. But absolutely, when the sun's coming up, I'm shaving.
When you set the razor down, you've got 5 o'clock shadow already.
Right, the side you started on is already growing.
Exactly.
It's a desperate Dan beard.
So is the party?
It's an eternal struggle.
Phil, are you wanting to make it inconspicuous that there's no boat around here? Maybe hidden. Maybe kind of add some foliage to it. Are you wanting to try to keep this boat later on?
Foliage.
Yes, let's throw a bit of foliage on it, as it were.
Yeah, I do try to cover it a bit. We've pulled everything and we want out of here.
You guys are
I do
killing
plan
me.
to leave in 3 days if Pride doesn't show a good time, so to speak.
Okay.
So I do want to use this for later, so I'm going to put a little effort into hiding it.
You guys,
What do we do?
You guys are
And-
brutal
and-
on my
and make a
hillbilly
show of
accent.
Assisting her to. I'm gonna try and assist her to camouflage this boat, and I'm gonna get next to her and whisper, fail. Yes, don't despair. I had to throw off these fellows. They would probably slash my throat if we got to the town and there was no bandit lord or anything. You understand?
All right. We all have to play our part.
Yes. Well, while we fleece these rubes, they will be none the wiser. And then I can continue helping in my small way to conceal the boat.
I still think we should take the boat with us. We'll never know when we'll need it.
Dave, is there any little like offshoots from the main river? Is it parked right on the main river?
It's there's quite a bit of foliage and thin, real light forest area, just coming right up from the bank. And then there's more heavy forest, more inland, as you can see, but you're not going to reach that. So, but yeah, you guys can get it hidden pretty good. I mean, I'll definitely allow that. That's for sure. Of course, I'll probably have to do some type of perception check down the line versus maybe a stealth check for your boat, and I'll call for that check later down the line. But there's no need to do that right now.
The Baylor will find our boat, right?
Go and
That is Balor.
Strip
That's not a
some,
Baylor. It's a Balor. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's a Baylor. All right, I'm sorry.
You get to give
go
that
and
back to
strip
you.
some decent sized fronds, I guess. Well, sticks with the big. You cut down like a limb off of a tree and it's still got all of its leaves and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, you get it all.
We're hiding this thing A-team style,
Yeah, it's hidden pretty good. It's hidden so well that you almost lose track of it. It almost vanishes.
Yeah, let's put some sort of mark on a tree nearby so we can find the damn thing. I've probably bumped into it by now.
I'll start writing a sign on a spare plank of wood and nailing
That's a
it,
bit too
and hammering
obvious
it into
there,
the ground.
So it looks
Nah,
like
'cause
the
nobody will know to look for it.
Surely
Call it
knows
the
how to
hidden
place
boat marsh.
nuts and sticks on the ground to make some sort of sign. Don't you know these sorts of things, I? Secret markings and whatnot.
So I take it
Okay,
the party
I'm gonna
wants to travel
take
east.
That look as no.
Yeah, that's how I was
Yeah,
taking it.
we're gonna head to Krisen. Yeah.
All right. Pride, point the way.
All right,
We're following you now.
All right. I have been promoted to party leader. Let us head to Krisen then, shall we?
Okay.
Recently freed from oppression.
Okay, so what I want you to do is one person roll me a 20-sided. We're going to do a random encounter here to see if anything happens from point A to point B.
Let's let the seeker do it so we have someone to blame.
I can always blame a dwarf.
Very nice. So
13.
trekking through the terrain, you're able to, after your journey, you guys start to, realize that, especially with Pride. I don't remember traveling this far, but all of a sudden you notice that you have just a little while. You travel for about 4 hours, so now I would say it is definitely fully dark by now. It's probably equivalent to about, I'd say about 8:30 at night. You probably have about another. Now it's starting to become familiar to you, Pride, and you think that you could probably reach the Hamlet probably within the next half hour to an hour.
Good. I think we're getting close there, fellows. Don't despair.
And
Oh, come on, I need a drink and I'm hungry.
So are you telling them
We shall
anything
have our
about
positions in town.
anything about Kristen on the way or what?
Yes, I'm telling him what all I know, which is basically nothing. But that, let's see, give me 1 second. And I'm just gonna say that it's basically just humans and dwarves in this town. Not dwarves like our friend, our bald, clean-shaven friend, the Seeker
Proper
here,
dwarves.
but proper dwarves, exactly, with full flowing beards, staples of
Eagle bread,
virility,
long
as
time
it
no
were.
see, man. Good to see
There's
you.
a few humans, basically just humans and dwarves. I will probably find himself very comfortable here. Lot of woodsmen and the like, people that tend to be over fond of trees and such.
So a town of filth.
I wouldn't go that far. My dear friend, Urton lives here and runs a respectable business. The dwarves are rather cleanly. So I wouldn't go that far, Vale, but yes.
I always thought dwarves lived in mountains.
Well, I mean, maybe once upon a time they lived solely in mountains, but I see dwarves everywhere.
Negative
nowadays.
eye. They've fist everything.
We've got a dwarf with us.
Exactly.
Mostly.
There you go.
Well, but I carry no offense. But the dwarves have indeed spread out. You can even find them in monasteries from time to time.
It's all the ale they drink. They're just getting bigger.
Yes, but dwarves are very crafty when it comes to business matters, and like I say, my friend Urton is a respectable businessman in this town. And like I say, he's the head of this recent militia they formed to eradicate the bandit lords. This town is fairly balanced. We won't find many elves and such and half orcs here, so be on your best manners, Grat.
Is it midnight yet?
No, it's
About
not.
9 now.
No, it's probably getting close to 9 o'clock. Probably half an hour away from what Pride Firmwood was saying. But it seems like
Well, let's find this village.
all right. So up ahead, as you guys are traveling, you with the nighttime visions, and I believe Pride would have something, Fail would have something, the Seeker. I believe everyone would have dark vision, if I'm not mistaken, in Pathfinder, except for the
I
humans,
have
of
low light
course.
vision. I think the only
Yep,
person
I've
that can
got
see
it.
in the dark is Grat.
Okay. Well,
Maybe the Seeker.
No, I've got dark vision.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Grat and the Seeker, our monks are kind of pointing out shit we're about to run into, probably.
yeah. As you guys are traveling ahead, something definitely catches your eye. There's a tree that is basically fallen over the path. Sort of like it's almost like I want to say a very light cobblestone road. Definitely and not in the best of shape. But as you get a little bit closer, you're like, what is that? And you guys actually notice that there's a wagon that is turned over on one side. You don't see any individuals around standing. You see no signs of damage. You hear nothing. But as you get closer, there is basically a destroyed wagon.
Can I smell anything like a rotting horse or anything like that?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Actually, everybody go ahead and give me a perception check.
Do you want it the open one or the dice tower?
Just you can just do it open.
Oh, shit, perception.
Oh, nicely done, Firmwood.
I must have rolled it twice, but yeah, 25 on I rolled a 20 on my first one.
Oh yeah, you did get a crit. That's pretty nice. Now everything is totally different now in my SoundCloud, so I'm gonna have to kind of
Right, yeah, the
move
reorganizer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reorganize it. I thought maybe that it would be, kind of maybe it would be the same, but it is a night out now, and there's some crickets chirping about. So this
I mean, if
Quite a
the
few
moon
people-
is up, Dave, me and Phil can probably see fairly good.
The moon is
but
out.
Not too good.
the moon is out, and basically everyone